I think with this healing work, and that's not all I do, you know, when I am off the video, I'm living life just like everybody else. It's, we have to go into the rage and the chaos internally and address it and look at the shadow before we find the peace. And it might look like to others that we've gone through, you know, change and transformation, and with the different version of ourselves, but that ultimately that blueprint, that original blueprint, was always there at the beginning and gets dulled or dimmed, as I've mentioned before, or many people have talked about as we move through the 3D, the physical matrix of denser energies, when we're born from a light being, like a light energy. And we're never meant to be judged and observed from the external realm, because I mean it's just a projection of us, so anything that comes externally is of us, and as long as we know how we can address ourselves better, more consciously, and just over time, nothing's instant, then how we're viewed, people these days, you know, talking a lot about psychosis or about lots of things like that, but ultimately there's a mad woman, a mad man in all of us, there's a professor and a teacher in all of us, there's a baby, an inner child in all of us, there's a lover and a mother and a father and a brother and a sister, and all of these archetypes are in us, whether we are in a feminine form in this lifetime or have come through the ages as different versions of a human. And it is really important that we don't demonize anger and rage and the darkness. You know, we can discern between where we're getting messages from if we are highly tapped into collective energies, and can also feel the energies shifting around us, which are sometimes, as I said, not of light. And that doesn't mean negative or positive, it means heavier and denser, and so they are so often connected to pain that has not been healed when those people and spirits have transitioned. Grief and all the denser energies, which a lot of light workers or light beings, whatever these words are, people who have incarnated in this realm to help transmute heavier, denser energies on the physical plane before we expand, rise, wherever it's going. Because in terms of the work that we've been doing for the past couple of years, like since 2020, if we believe second or third wave, then the oh gosh, it is night, so sorry, some spirits, there's some activity that's like a lot more at night. I'm being pulled in a few different directions, so please bring me back to the point. That was my tummy rumbling. That we are here to transmute the shadow and the lower realms for ourselves firstly, and obviously by doing that in ourselves, it means that we sometimes, because we're in the shadow, that is what is coming to us externally. And it's just important to know these things for ourselves, that when we are in a lower state, when we're in a low vibration of ourselves, when we're observing why we may have had connection to whatever they term in human physical realm terms, like these days, depression or grief or loss, or these emotions, is we all learn to transmute them as we need to. For some of us it's easier, for others it's harder, and it's not easy as a task. I'm just saying, some of us naturally over time we get better and quicker at doing it. Not that it's about speed, it's just we know that when our body needs to rest, it's not just because we're being lazy, it's because that there's other things in the unseen realm that are taking our energy, and dream state and various things like that. So I think this is coming through as a bit of a like we don't need to judge ourselves, but when we do address the anger or the rage, sacred rage, or whatever we're connected to, the flame, the elemental imbalances in us because of the existence in a modern society, like over time, 515 is that does die down. It does get less chaotic. It does get less overwhelming. You know, someone is a very powerful channeler, but he was talking about like we're all feeling anxiety at the minute, and I'm like don't talk for the collective in that way. It's like we're not all feeling anxiety. I'm feeling a physical sensation in my body that's in my heart, which is elevating my heart rate at the minute, but I don't have anything to be anxious about. So there's something going on in the frequency in terms of also there was something to do with vertigo and balance the other day. I don't know what was going on in the Schumann resonance or what's going on in the earths, but it was a bit topsy-turvy physically, but it passed. And I think we have to allow these things to pass rather than claiming all of these terms and claiming these things for ourselves. Like, no, just let it be temporary. Just let it move through. We don't even need to name this stuff, because that means we're putting more energy towards it, because we're giving it a name. Like, when you give things name, you give them importance. That's why we're named as children, and that's why the name that we are given is important, and how we refer to ourselves is important. Yeah, so I will leave it there, but it's, I guess, coming through because it's a mass global awakening, and those heavier, denser energies of emotions will be being felt. But if we're mindful that some of us, we're meant to address it healthily, and that takes time. It can take a lifetime, and it does in some senses, but yeah. We can't demonize these emotions. We just have to know what is low, what is high, what is lighter, what is denser, and where we want to place ourselves really for the long term, because we are we create our reality. I think that's it. All right.